Hey everyone, welcome to Wildlife Inspired. I'm your host, Scott Keys. Today, something a little different, just a quick video about some gear, a recent lens that I purchased. I'm going to tell you why I use it right after this. While I don't do a lot on gear, I do once in a while make a video about that. And today I'm going to tell you about this little guy. And I'm actually going to show it to you. This is a 40 millimeter. It's one of Nikon's newest Z-mount lenses. Very inexpensive. And what I wanted to do, I've been shooting video on my Z6. This actually, when I record these web videos or these, I use it for Zoom calls and everything else. And the video quality is very, very good. So it's a little bit more expensive than most webcams, but the versatility of it and just the quality of it, I think, is very good. And on that, I've been using a 17-35 f-mount lens with an adapter for the mirrorless body. What I wanted to do is see, does this 40 millimeter lens, maybe even a little bit better? It's much cheaper. And so I get rid of the F to Z adapter. I use a mirrorless lens at 40 millimeters. And I also pick up a little bit of light because it's a f2 rather than f8. So when I'm recording video, I am recording it at 2.8 on this current lens. So what I want to do is I'm actually going to switch the lenses up for the first time and see what they look like. Now the camera position, I've got this positioned, I think about 2 feet away from me at 35 millimeters. And I like the way it fits the frame. So you can see those lights back there fit in the frame. I don't feel like it's a tight headshot. So there's a little bit of space. You know, if I want to put graphics in my video here or here, I can do that. So the only concern I have is the 40 millimeter going to be a little bit too tight on me? So I will push the camera back a little bit and see if there's any difference in terms of the background back there. Because again, I do like to try to fit those 2 lights in. So we'll look at the difference in quality. One thing I will say, this lens that I have on there now it's not really a video lens. So when I take this outside to record, or if I move it all, you can actually hear it. It's very loud. The motor on it, you know, you can hear it rack, and it moves very quickly. It's very jumpy. So when I would move like just a little bit, it's very jumpy to pick up. It's not one of those smooth transitions. So I'm actually hoping this less expensive lens may actually be a little bit better than the one I'm using. So I've got to change the camera settings a little bit because I'm going to let in a little bit more light with this. So I should get a little bit cleaner video, a little less noise. I don't think it's going to be too evident. Yeah, but let's switch it up and see what it looks like. All right, so I switched it up. There we go. I switched it up, and now you could see it's a little tighter. So before I was showing a little bit more of the walls on each side. I actually think I like this better. I pushed the camera back a little bit further. So now I'm 40 millimeters versus 35 millimeters. There looks to be better separation. So for example, the print that's here is a little more out of focus. So I'm getting better separation between me and the background. I was able to cut the noise down to 800 from 1600 because I am now at f2 instead of 2.8. So again, I was using the 17-35. This is a 40 millimeter. This lens, gosh, price, I just bought it. I want to say it's $299 is the retail. I'm pretty sure on that. I'll put a graphic up here if I screwed that up. But the other lens is an older lens that I purchased used, and even used, I think it was $500 or $600, and new, it's I think well over $1,000. So first impression is I really like it. I'm going to show you a side by side now. Notice the picture behind me, the pictures behind me, and there we go. You'll see that there's a little more that are out of focus. I just took a screenshot of the 40 millimeter and the 35 millimeter. So again, if there was a 17-35 at f2.8 versus a 40 millimeter at f2, difference is, I think I actually like the 40 millimeter a little bit better. And the big difference is it's just a lot cheaper. It also seemed to be smoother when I was playing around with it before on the focusing. So that 17-35 really liked to jump. It really wanted to like go fast to acquire focus. And this seems to acquire focus a little bit slower and smoother, which for video works. So I'm going to keep this as my permanent webcam setup. I'll put the description down there of actually everything that I use for my video so that you could see the difference between this setup and then I really like this as a video setup, but you can see the differences here between the old lens and the new lens. And maybe this is a good value for somebody at $300. That's not a terrible price for a lens. It's not, you're not going to pay $100 for a webcam and get video recording that is good quality. And I do think that video recording here is fairly good quality. So it is tough to do that. But if you can bring that price point down to 300, and then you've got a body, the mirrorless bodies work really well for this. The Z6 could be a great option. So you pair a Z6 with this, and you've got a very, very high quality setup. So that's my video for today. I'll put a description down there. If you're interested in this lens, click down there. It'll take you right to it. And I hope everybody has a great day.